The more a look into this internet culture of dating coaches, influencers, even passport bros, fitness and life coaches, the more disgusted I become. It even shocks me to see how some people even fall for it and end up cheated by these frauds. But aside from them being cheats and swindlers, I've also uncovered how dysfunctional, even sociopathic, many of them really are. I wish this wasn't true, but if you care to look more in depth, you should come to the same conclusion. Currently, Wes Watson is getting a lot of attention, a fitness and lifestyle influencer who is clearly going back to prison for a number of violent offenses, and yet he was doing videos promoting himself, motivational speaking, but clearly not living up to it himself. They're mostly hypocrites, really. You just need to check the latest news on him to see it, and you even get people making videos about him for just views themselves. Vincent Fisher is another example, just gibberish and grifting with his garbage courses, yet some people still fall for it. There's even an interview of someone coming forward and admitting that he was cheated $14,000 by Fisher's course, and he even exposes how it's done. Empty promises, just feelings played, hope, even greed, but not much delivered. Even nasty sales tricks to fool you into spending your money. John Bravo Films has done a lot of work exposing these people. I do find some of his conclusions speculative, but he's not far from the truth. These people are just frauds out for themselves. Now, none of this should surprise you, but I find it's the same almost everywhere else. Even influencers and bloggers, it's rampant. And many of these people are actually quite peculiar in real life. It's just an act in front of the camera, often quite wretched or just weird. I've met some in person, a so-called business and lifestyle coach with her own website, and I suspected she love-bombed me when we first met. It's a psychological term sociopathic people use to fool their victims. It was only later on that I found out she was a single mother, and the business wasn't really making any money. It was just garbage on her website, really, her showing off and trying to impress people into thinking she's clever and successful. But the truth is, she worked a regular 9-to-5 job. Tasty PC Channel is a good example of how strange these people can be too. She doesn't live very far from me actually, and I'm friendly with someone that knows her. If you look at her face in those videos, you can tell there's something peculiar about her, and that's because she's been diagnosed as bipolar. She openly admitted to having mental health problems in a video, and that is why the channel wasn't very active for a while. I was told she actually had spent time in a psychiatric ward. If you know a lot about computers, you should notice that she doesn't really understand much. I was told that she just read off a card as she went along. She was popular though, dressed up to look attractive and got views. Even manufacturers actually sent her graphics cards, processors, and other parts for her to use in those videos, and she was making money for a while. However, in real life, my friend told me she's completely different. She just dressed up for the videos. Shy, covers herself up mostly, doesn't really like revealing herself, and is quite plain looking without makeup. Bald and bankrupt, has been exposed as a sex tourist as well. His friend Johnny FD isn't any different, just acting in front of the camera, but a wretched person in real life. Johnny was actually part of the dating coach, PUA and AMWF community at one point. He was with ABCs of Attraction, another scam dating channel and website. Called himself Johnny Wolf back then. Reddit posts on him bring up reasons to seriously doubt the claims he makes about his past and present life, and his videos are just shallow. Has his own scam websites too. Invest like a boss, travel like a boss, and yet he's traveling with budget airlines, living in cheap apartments, and constantly trying to promote himself. If he had a real business, he wouldn't have the time. If anything, the blog and promoting himself is his business. He did an interview on Russia Today to promote himself mainly, and talked total garbage, showed little understanding of the situation in Ukraine, literally made up stuff as he went along. It was so badly received, he actually removed it, but it's still available if you care to look hard enough. And yet did a follow-up video about it as well. Has stopped talking about politics in his videos now. The backlash was so bad last time, a complete moron that doesn't really know or understand much. Claimed he used to be a millionaire as well, blamed it on the war, yet was pretty much living the same meager lifestyle as he does now before then. Videos with catchy titles, clickbait, just acting in front of the camera, trying to entertain and engage your audiences, but a shallow and petty person really. Even Passport Bros channels aren't any different. Skylar DeRuin, channel and website taken down now since the scandal that came out recently, is just a fraud. Claiming to be a millionaire and a financial guru, but still living like a poor man, even with his mother back in the States at times. Selling garbage on his website, the usual financial freedom scams, and just making trashy videos of how great the passport bros lifestyle is for him. It's just lies. Where's Wes is another. Just look at his empty face. He's stupid. I'm not retracting that either. He openly admitted joining a cult in South America, married someone in it, and was stuck there for over a year, and yet tries to sell consultations to other people. He's just weird and stupid. It's ridiculous. His friend who runs the wealthy expat channel is definitely a fraud. One person came forward and admitted he fell for his dropshifting scam course a few years ago. Look up his website and the company address. The staff are part-time workers, actually. Dubious credentials. And the address is just a dingy little office space. The website is all just appearances to fool you. Wes knows Coach Shane too. Another Asian male white female wannabe dating coach. Channel's been abandoned. Just someone who's done himself up for the camera to look attractive. Yet another fraud, and a very angry look on his face at times. Wes has also openly admitted he lives a quiet life, doesn't really know many people in Poland, and mostly friends with these other peculiar content creators. They literally befriend each other through the internet and their petty channels. And my personal favorite, Casey Zander, he's exactly the same. The formula and routine he uses is copied off so many other frauds out there. Sign up on his website, and he'll spam you with emails trying to get you to sign up and pay. Cheap psychological tricks to manipulate you into it. The promise of getting a girlfriend, success with women, he's just wretched. The address of the company handling his website and emails is also on those spam emails. I looked it up, and it's just a small computer repair shop. He has his own style, but it's still dubious, really. There's hardly any women in his videos. Was even approaching women on the street to talk in front of the camera for him. Used his own sister, too. And, just like Vincent Fisher, he just looked like a nerdy, geeky little teenager when he was young, then transformed himself by going to the gym, and started doing these videos, even showing off with rented cars and luxury housing, to give the impression of wealth and success. And yet again, friends with another internet fraud, Frank Lipinski. His channel barely got any views, and had interviews with other frauds, just claiming to be successful and wealthy, and talking absolute garbage. He was even promoting the usual get-rich-quick schemes and financial freedom scams in many videos. Still has a presence now, occasionally making appearances on other unsuccessful channels and podcasts, sometimes even with Xander. Just more lies on top of lies, too. Claimed to be a crypto millionaire, then claimed he's running his own successful IT company, and then claimed his was a networking specialist on his channel, all at different periods. It's the same with Xander, actually. One lie after another. Contradictions. Just appearances. An act. But still dubious when you look more closely into it. And let's not forget the recently disgraced Sadia Khan. Actually, if you pay more attention, it's amazing how many terms, concepts, and ideas these people share. And it's really because they're just mindlessly copying off each other. It's like a culture. The terms they use, like stoic, alpha, and beta. But they clearly haven't read any real books about it, because they don't really understand it properly. Just parrots mindlessly repeating what they've heard, whatever catches on, cliches, and even piggybacking off each other. I'm not trying to be spiteful or slander these people. Some of them aren't so bad, and they're just trying to make some money. But many of them are just wretched. They don't really care about anything but themselves. Lies, manipulation, even exploitation and sociopathic behavior. You can literally establish a pattern, not just to the videos they make and how their scams work, but certain character traits. Damaged people, a shady history, dubious claims, reasons not to trust them if anything. They keep lying and just carry on, as they don't expect you to realize or learn. And sadly, some people in the comments clearly don't. Some aren't so bad, but still peculiar characters. You do get some professional psychologists making videos and talking about this actually. At least genuine professionals like doctors, lawyers, and professors in certain fields aren't so bad because at least they are qualified and are mostly trying to get a real message across. Yet even then, the frauds just say they're qualified. So much of this is simply garbage, being lied to. This whole internet culture is just trash, frauds and scammers and just weird people. And there seems to be so many gullible people out there who click like, comment, and even hand over their money. Real professionals, real millionaires running a successful business don't have the time to make so many of these garbage videos.